Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Game Walkthrough Review. And when we last left off, we were looking at, I think it was Tiny Plumbers. But there we're a completely different game for you to have a look at. This game is called Inside a Star-Filled... Inside a Star-Filled Sky. Yes, that's right, I had it right the first time. It is a peculiar game, and in fact it's a game that you may or may not have seen. You can be forgiven if you haven't, although there's been quite a bit of news about this, mostly because of its concept. It's really very cool. Let me explain a little bit about how this game works. So first of all, you notice that we are this character here. However, we're swimming around in a maze. The maze that we're swimming around in is in fact what we become when we hit the little arrows. Look, let me find one of them little arrows and I'll show you. Another thing that's of note to bear in mind once we find that inside the little creatures there are also other creatures that want to attack you. And the higher up the levels you go, the more complicated and clever they become, and the harder they are to kill as well. Now, you can do lots of very clever and weird things. If you die, you don't actually completely die. You just regress into the creature. So let's say, for example, if we died now, we would regress back to the level that we were. So we would go inside ourselves. When we go onto this, see, we're zooming out, and now we're the creature that we were inside of, and now we're inside another creature that has got bigger creatures in. Now you can also do something that's quite clever. Can you do it on this level? No, you can't. On more advanced levels you can go inside your enemies, which is really, really very cool. The purpose of going inside... right. At the moment you notice that we've got 222 heart life, right? But what you can do is you can gather these things. So now we've got spread shot. Now it doesn't affect us in this life in this form. It only affects us for the form that is to come, if that makes sense. You have to be sort of strategic about how you do it, and what you collect, because you have to prepare for what you assume you might have, and if you choose wrong, or if you have a bad choice, then you have a higher chance of dying. Although it's not the end of the world, because if you do die, then you just regress back into yourself, if that makes sense. Right, this one makes your fire larger. So if you notice now, for example, we won't have spread fire in our next life, or in our new form. We will have in fact well, I'll show you what you get. Let me show you. See, now we've got larger fire, which is not amazing. Anyway, this is like a really sort of... Is esoteric a right word to use? It takes something to get your head around how this thing works, but it's brilliant. Anyway, it's made by Jason Rohrer, who is a game developer, and he's made a whole host of rather cool games. Oh, I don't like that one. No, I don't like it. Can we... There isn't... No. After a certain amount of levels, you can actually go inside your enemies. I think once they get to a certain level, and the reason for that is so you basically regress inside of them, and you can basically change their composition, which is something and a half. Right, I've got rapid fire, but I also want rapid fire explosion. Oh dear, I've lost a health. Shouldn't be too bad for our new life though. Right, so see that? And it explodes. It's really cool. Oh, these have got sticky fire. I hate sticky fire. No, we can't enter the health yet. I want to show you the example of entering health because... anyway, actually... right, now we can. Right, now we can. So, if we press shift, we can go inside of this here, you see? And what we want to do is, we are now inside the power-up. Believe it or not. And what we can do, we can change what the power-up can be by changing the composition of the token. So we go around inside it, and let's say we want more of this type. Be careful, but the other problem is be careful not to die, otherwise you regress further and further into it, which is not very good. Oh, right there. Right, see, look, we've increased its power, so now it's like a 2 explosion one rather than just a 1 explosion one. If you see what I mean, if you get my meaning. Oh dear, that guy's a bit too tough. You have to be a bit strategic about how you play this game as well, because the enemies can be a little on the taxing side, a little bit on the tricky side, a little bit on the weird side. But I wonder if we can show you an example of entering the I think we can get him there. I think we can get him here. I think we can. I think... Yes. Brilliant. And so now, once we leave it, you'll see... Ta-da! It's got an explosion of 2. We can also enter ourselves. We can also enter enemies as well. See, now we've entered this enemy. So we can change the composition of this enemy. So, oh dear. So now we've given it an extra health, which is not something that we want to do. It's not too exciting at this level of the game, but when you get into the higher levels, like into the levels above sort of like 30, then you get very complicated and very sort of taxing enemies. And what you can do is go inside them, pick up a few extra tokens. I'm actually making this a lot more powerful. So now you've changed its composition, and by doing that, you whoa. Oh dear, sorry, I'm just concentrating. Ta-da! However, if you lose health, you actually lose health for yourself, which is not great. I need to find some more health. I don't really want to enter myself, although sometimes it's good to regress back into yourself in order to pick up more things. That because you can lose, if you lose health, you also lose health. If you lose health here, you also lose health for the next sort of existence that you have, which is not great. I think we'll take that. I think it's bullet speed, yeah. So it increases the speed of our bullets. Anyways. I think I think you get the idea. I really, really love the game. I've played loads of it. And I hope that you can actually get your head around what it is. When I was first presented with this game, I really couldn't understand what on earth was going on. But actually, let me show you if you die. I know we're on level 10. It's not really that hard. Kill me! Right, see, when you die, you regress into yourself. I don't know if I've already showed you that. Anyways. Yes, so it's $12. The link's in the description bar. If you like what you see, go ahead and support the game developer. He's a good guy. He makes a lot of very cool games. Jason Rohrer, as I said before. Rohrer. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's R-O-H-R-E-R. Yeah. Anyway. It's what a weird existence. You are a self within a self within a self, which can then enter other selves to change their composition and to change what they are. It's weird. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your attention, and I appreciate your audience. When we come back, we'll have another great game, but that'll be for another time. That'll be for next time. So until then, stay safe, take care of yourself, and goodbye.